you're working on your head movement because it's pretty trash, or somebody tells you you need to use this tool to go and help you out. However, most people use this tool in one way. I'm going to show you today how to use it in multiple ways to work on your feet, your head movement, and your hands. I'm going to show you specific drills, how we go and get into that. We're going to work through a footwork drill, and then also what's going to happen to you once you get good at this, how you're going to incorporate to get people off you, because you're going to get caught once you get good at this. I'm going to show you how to fix it as well. So let's get right into it. First thing we're going to do is we're using the slip line to put about our shoulder. This is a little bit higher than me just because of where I'm at. However, I want to make sure the reference point is fine. The idea of this is to understand where we can put our head slots. I can go above the slip line with my head on the back foot, below. I can go below on the front foot, above on the front foot. So we're going to use that reference point to now incorporate our footwork and what we need to do. So if you notice, I'm going to go on the back foot. I'm going to do something called half steps to come over. So left, right to get underneath the line. Now from here, I'm going to once again come high again. I'm coming down below, right, left to go against the line. I'm going to do that back and forth a couple times. Normally what you guys would want to do is time yourself doing this. You can go a minute on, you can go 30 seconds off for 3 rounds before we get into the next part of this, which is I'm going to take my head low again, and I'm going to do something called an anchor step. Pushing over, head comes high, head comes low, anchor over, head comes high, head comes low, anchor over, head comes low, anchor over, come up again. The last thing that we're going to do with this is something called a shuffle. Head is high once again, it's coming down, I'm going to shuffle over. Head is high once again, it comes down, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle over. So you can combine that. One day you can do minute on with just the half steps, 30 seconds off for 3 rounds. Next day you do the anchors. Following day after that you go ahead and do the shuffles. Now what's happening is once you use your footwork to get away from shots from a defensive standpoint, and once you use your head movement to get away from shots from a different standpoint, that's not enough in boxing. That's not going to keep people off you, because in boxing the only way to score is to hit your opponent. So all the defense and getting away from shots is cool and all, but the difference is now you need to make sure that you're able to add punches to it. So we're going to go through the beginning part of the drill and we're going to progress off of it. I'm going to go down with the head movement once again, half step, come up with the punch. Down, over, come up with the punch. Down, over, come up with the punch. These are the half step part of it. Left, right, come up with the punch. Right, left, come up with the punch. Left, right, come up with the punch. Come up with the punch. Now I'm going to do the anchors off of it. And lastly, once again, we're going to get into those shuffles. If you notice, the shuffle is just a gallop, punching after I land, and we go from there. So that's how you incorporate punches off of it. Now as you progress, you can add combinations to it. This is the beginning video. I'll make a second one if you guys like, where I'll go more into combinations that you can throw, and also more into where your head slots are when you're throwing these punches. But one more bonus I'm going to give you guys. We did the half steps, we did the anchors, and we did the shuffles. Now let's go ahead and get into pivots off of this, and a quick tip that you can have off of the pivot so we can work on all of our footwork. As I go down here and I want to pivot, I'm going to do a 180, which means I'm going to be facing behind you guys. I want to stay low as I get into this, so as I pivot, I got to keep my head below the slip line. Then I can go ahead and come up. Down, keep my head below the slip line. Then I can go ahead and come up. I need to be able to do the same thing from the front foot. Down. From here, I need to make sure I keep my head below the slip line as I pivot. Get back onto the front foot. Down. Keep my head below the slip line as I pivot. I need to be able to pivot both ways. If you notice that way, I'm pivoting to the right. I also got to be able to pivot to the left. Also from the front foot, I also have to be able to go ahead and pivot to the left. So if you notice here, same thing that we can do once we're finished pivoting, because we got away from a punch or we weaponized our footwork. That's not going to score for us in boxing. We now to be able to throw shots. So I'm going to get into those pivots again. Pivot, shoot a shot. Make sure I'm balanced enough to go ahead and do so. Pivot, shoot a shot. Make sure I'm balanced enough to go ahead and do so. From the front foot, same thing. I will go ahead and pivot, shoot a shot. Make sure I'm balanced to be able to do so. Pivot, shoot a shot. Make sure I'm balanced to be able to do so. that is a couple things that you can do to use this slip line in more than one way. Even though your head movement sucks and this is what you're using it for, you can also use it to incorporate your hands and your footwork as well. And that was 4 drills that you can do to get better at that. Ask me questions. That's what I make videos on. I'll see you guys in the next one.